everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back, or if you're new here, I will introduce myself a bit. I am Teresa. I'm knitting a lot this year and I decided to film my journey. I'm also sewing a bit, which I will tell you a little bit about at the end of this video. But for today I want to do a knitting podcast and I want to show you everything that is finished. Some whips and acquisitions as well. Yeah, so let's start. The first thing that I actually finished is, I will show you. Last podcast, if you saw it, it was just a ball of yarn, and now it is this. It is the shell bra and it is from Nakedknit. It's a really quick knit. Knitted in Katia cotton cashmere. I am not sure about the number because the colors have numbers, but I will put it here if I find it. Yeah, it was a really fun knit. You can just use it as a bralette, which I do most of the time. It does need an elastic sewn in this part, but I haven't done it yet because for some reason I can't get myself to doing that. So I hope I will get the motivation soon, but yeah, I'm now focusing on new whips, which I will show later on in the video. Then actually the second finished object, well, we can debate if it is really finished because it is one sock. The one sock is finished but the other one isn't, so is it really finished? You tell me. But it is this one, the one that I told you about last time, the Turning Point sock, from the 52 Weeks of Socks book that I bought a while ago, and I'm planning to make 8 socks from the book this year. And this is the second pair that I'm making. I will try to show you the details. It even looks better when it's on. So when they are both finished, I will put a picture on my Instagram, or in the next podcast we'll show you a picture because I think they are very beautiful. Yeah, the thing why I didn't finish the second one is actually because I'm procrastinating a lot. I feel like I heard a lot of people saying that it is second sock syndrome, and I feel like I'm experiencing it. I actually did 10 rows and the cuff from the second sock, but I'm not picking it up. So I think I have to force myself at one point because I want to start another sock, which I'll have to check which one that is. I have it in my favorites on Ravelry. Okay, it is called Suyokatu by Catherine Birkenwasser. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Sorry if I'm not. I will put a picture here so you can see which one it is. But I'm really looking forward to making that one. But I have to finish the second one from of this pair first, because I can't justify doing another sock without finishing this one, because it would frustrate me so much. Yeah, that's actually all that I finished last month. But yeah, I do have some whips. So I have been working on other projects. Some of them are farther along than others, but I will show you them in order of how old they are, I guess. The first one is actually the Camisole number 5. Again, it's still a whip. Very sorry about this. Well, not sorry, but yeah, still not much progress. I will show you. I did the double knitted edge, which I complained about last podcast, that I didn't know how to do it. It actually turned out to be very easy. I just found a video that was in the comments on Ravelry and it explained it perfectly. So I did that, and now the only thing left actually is a neckline. And I don't know why I'm not doing it, because it's so little work, but for some reason I'm just really well, I'm really hating picking up stitches, so I'm also procrastinating on doing that. And also I'm using my 3mm needles for another project, which is why I tell myself that I'm not using it for this one. But it is a shame, because I really like the look of it, at least on other people that I've seen photos of. So I really would like to wear it, especially because it is summer and this is the time to wear this a lot. Yeah, so maybe I will force myself. Yeah, I don't know, I don't like forcing myself, because it is a hobby and it's supposed to be fun. But maybe one day I will schedule some time and I'm just like, just pick up the stitches, because if the stitches are picked up, I think I will be more motivated to work on it. So maybe I should just schedule it more. Maybe that's the secret for me to productivity on this camisole. Yeah, so it's really nice. I hope you get a good idea of it. Hopefully this is finished by the next podcast. It probably will, because then there has been a month past, and it would be really unforgivable for myself if I did not pick this up, because it's such a fast job, I feel like. Then the second project that I started, which is now WIP, is actually a second shell bra. I really like the first one. It's really cute. I feel like it's such a unique bra, and I wanted more of it, because I feel like the bras that I have now are very, yeah, like very simple. You can get them anywhere, and this one, I've never seen a bralette like this, especially because it's knitted, and also because of the pattern of a shell. So I started the second one in this very red color. I hope it's in focus. And yeah, I think I did this in 3 days, so it's going very fast. I'll show it here because my shirt's also red. So I think it's going very fast. I think when I both finish them, then I will put the elastic in both of them at the same time, so I can just get it over with, because I feel like if I put the elastic in that one first, so this one, then I will procrastinate to put elastic in this one. So I want to do it all at once. Maybe I'll do a productivity day where I do all the small chores on my project that I didn't want to do. So like the neckline, the sewing of the elastic, yeah, and all the other things that I need to do, because I feel like with some other projects I also have to sew in the threads a bit, because I just leave them hanging most of the time, which is actually just laziness, I feel like. Yeah, so maybe I will do a day of that, dedicated to that. Yeah, so I'll have to plan that. Yes, then actually another WIP is one that you actually already saw, well, you saw the finished project, is the other sock from the Turning Point socks. I did the cuff and I think 10 rows of the pattern, but for some reason it doesn't feel as exciting anymore, because I already did it. And with the first one I was really excited with what's coming next, and I didn't know what was coming next, and I was like, oh, and I need to do this cable like this, and wow, it looks like this, blah blah blah. And with this one I'm like, been there, done that, I feel like. But yeah, yeah, I still enjoyed working on it the time that I made it this far. So I feel like also with this one, I don't know what my problem is. I have so many whips now all the time. I used to be a very monogamous knitter. I made the sweater number 15 in like a month, and I only knitted on that, and then I only knitted on the puff tee, then I only knitted on the silly slip over, and I think from then on I just started new projects before I finished the old one, and I don't know why, but it happened. So we're here now and we have to live with it, because I'm not planning to change anytime soon. But yeah, I hope to finish this one soon. I think if I get the mojo back, because sometimes you feel like you want to knit on a certain project, which for me now is the next whip that I will show you in a bit. But I think when that's finished, I probably will go back to my other whips, which also includes this one. So yeah, I hope to have a finished project in the next podcast, or maybe earlier. You can also find some progress of my stuff on my Instagram. I don't post that much yet. I think once a week, 2 times a week, but maybe if I have more to show, I will post more. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, then actually my last whip, which is what I've been working on the most, is actually the Ingrid sweater. I'll show you. Maybe more to the back. Then you can see it in full. And as you can see, it has the very famous crossing, the ribbing. Or this is like the double ribbing. There's supposed to be a single ribbing at the bottom as well. So it's like double and then single. So we only need to do the single ribbing for the body, and then the body is finished and we can go to the sleeves. It is a bit tight, but it's supposed to grow a lot. I used Drops Merino Extra Fine for this. So I read a lot about people that say that this is supposed to grow a lot, and I hope it does, because for some reason I didn't meet gauge and I still decided to make this. Why, you ask? I don't know. That's just the kind of person I am, I guess. Yeah, so I think I will try it on when I do the last ribbing part, and if it fits fine, then I will leave it like that and hope it blocks out. If it's not fine, then I maybe will do a little bit longer ribbing, but we'll see. I really like it so far, but I would recommend to do this with a mohair in it, which I was planning on to do. I was planning to do it with a mohair, but I did it with a dark gray and then a lighter gray mohair, and the stitches they didn't really stick out, so it was really hard to see. I think I can find the swatch that I did for it. Okay, so I can't find it actually anymore, but it is a bit, I feel like a dark gray doesn't really give like a nice, doesn't really show, the stitches don't really show up, which is really unfortunate, because they have such nice stitches, especially the crossing part is really nice, and with the mohair especially it just looked like one blob. So I didn't use it. I did buy a sweater's quantity from it, so I am planning to do the sweater number 14 with it, with a v-neck, from My Favorite Things Knitwear. I will show you in a bit with the acquisitions part which yarn I bought for it. It was Drops, the mohair, and Lima. I'll show you the color in a bit, but Yeah, I think it would be nicer with a little bit of mohair. For some reason I bought like a whole sweater's quantity again from with a new color and white. I chose Drops Merino extra fine because it says, especially in the description, that it is perfect for stitch definition, and I was like, that's exactly what I need. So I bought a whole sweater's quantity from it. But yeah, I still feel like I could have bought a little bit of nicer yarn, but also it's fine because we don't need to go all out with every project. I feel like it's also fine to sometimes just spend a little bit less and just enjoy the process. Yeah, so I think I will finish this one very soon because I've just been knitting on this like crazy. I couldn't put it down. It was so exciting, especially because every part is so different. So there's like a new challenge with every part, and I feel like I fell in love especially with the moss stitch. I think it's super nice. I will show you the definition for a bit. This looks so cute. So I feel like I want to find a pattern that is purely moss stitch, maybe, and do that in the future. So yeah, I think that's actually the last whip that I have to show you. I think it is time to go to the acquisitions part of this podcast, and I actually bought some cute accessories and stuff for myself. I will start with the first one. I think most of you guys know that Lisa's Knit Club has a knit club in the Netherlands, which I was very excited for to join. And we actually went to the park to knit and also visited some yarn stores where I bought the following. I bought this. I feel like in real life it's a lot more yellow than on camera. Because when I first bought it, I was like, oh, this is a really bold color, I really love it. And then after a while I looked at it and maybe if I put it like this, I think this is more the color than when I show it up close. When I looked at it more, I felt like, oh wow, this color really hurts my eyes when looking at it. Is this the ugliest yarn I ever bought? So I was really going up and down with my feelings about it. But I feel like the more I look at it, the more it is in my house, the more I spend time with it and stuff. It is growing on me, and I want to do the sock pattern that I told you about in the beginning with it. So which one was that? I'll have to check again. I feel like it has a bit of a Japanese name. I don't know if that's what it is, but it sounds a little bit Japanese maybe. I want to do the Suyo Katu socks with it, so that's on the planning after I finish my my turning point socks, and then the Suyo Katu socks will be my third pattern from the 52 weeks of socks book, which is great. Okay, then another thing that I bought is actually the Drops Lima and Drops Kid Silk that I was planning on doing the Ingrid sweater with, but now I'm going to do the sweater number 14 with. I will show you the colors that I chose. So this is Drops Lima. I think you could choose the unicolor or the mix, and I chose the mix. I've never seen the unicolor, so I don't know if it's like a drastic difference if you have a mix. I feel like this is a bit more of two very similar shades mixed together. I also bought this one. I thought it would be way more dark. If you look at these two next to each other, they don't match at all, I feel like. But on the website it actually looked a lot darker, so that's why I chose it. Which was also a little bit of a disappointment when I saw it, but I already bought it and I didn't want to send it back. So I thought, let me just knit up a swatch or start on a swatch to see how it works up. And it actually is fine. I will show you the swatch that I did. I will show you the swatch. Okay. Here it is. So it actually looks quite cute. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the sweater number 14 with it, as I said, and I'm not returning it. So I think that was a great solution for that. Then actually the next few things that I bought are just accessories. They're not really yarn or something I need for knitting itself. The first two things are actually two project bags from Sostrene Grene, a shop in the Netherlands that has a lot of like crafting stuff, and yeah, I think they have a lot of different stuff. They also have like cooking supplies and stuff, so it's not like one specific category that they sell stuff for. So the first thing that I actually bought is this project bag. Sorry, it is a bit crinkled, but I'll show you. This is the pattern, and it actually has a hole in it because my knitting needle poked through it, but you can barely see it, so it's fine, I guess. Then I bought a second project bag for smaller stuff like socks or yeah, just smaller stuff, and it is this one. There's this little how do you say it, ropes, and you can do it like this, and then you can take it with you. So yeah, that's nice, because always when I want to take my knitting with me, I had to put it in like a plastic bag or just in my normal bag, and yeah, it was not as convenient as I would want it to be. So I bought this one, and I am enjoying it very much. Then actually another thing that I bought at Sostrene Grene is these little stitch markers. They are actually in my lenses case, but I will show you. It's these ones. So it's actually just little gold rings with pearls on them in like all the colors that you can imagine. And I like them very much because they look very chic on my knitting, and I love nice stuff. Ah yes, then I bought some other things. I went to the Flying Tiger because I heard that they had some knitting stuff. They had some mohair, I heard, and I wanted to take a look. So I went there, and I saw the cutest little needle stoppers. I will show you. It's these two, and actually they are only, I feel, compatible with really small needles, so the 2.5 and 3. So I still need needle stoppers for my bigger needles, but we'll get on that later. It's not a priority that we need right at this moment. Another thing that I found in the Flying Tiger, which was so cute, is actually this knitting journal. And I did want a knitting journal of some sort, because I would love to take notes more on my projects, see when I start them, if I had any difficulties with them, yeah, and yeah, and I didn't really have anything, so I thought maybe I should just write it down in words, or yeah, I didn't really know. And then I saw this, and it is the cutest thing ever. On the first page it says, hi, my name is, and I'm a knitaholic, as you can see. And yeah, it has a lot of stuff in it. So for your projects you have this. So you can put a name, some details. You have a little pouch where I feel like you can put your swatch in, which is really nice. And it has a lot of other stuff that is very useful. Like for example, there's this little tension seeker, it says, so you can measure your swatch with this, which is very useful, I feel like. It also has you can put down measurements for yourself and anyone else you're making stuff for. So when you're making stuff for them, you know exactly which size to make. Yeah, that's a lot of fun stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna be using this for the next projects that I'm gonna make, which is really nice. I do love I do like it, and it was very cheap as well. I think the Flying Tiger is a really cheap shop. I don't know if they have it in all countries, but they do in the Netherlands, and I think it is a Swedish shop. I'm actually not sure. I will have to see if I can find out. I think it is Swedish. It has on the back like this, like strikken journal, which I feel like is Swedish or maybe Danish. Yeah, so that's actually all the knitting stuff that I wanted to talk about today. The last thing that I want to talk about is actually my sewing that I'm doing the last couple of weeks actually. So I did start my sewing course, and I am actually making pants in that class. I will show you which pants I am making. Oh wait, I actually did find it was under the pattern for my pants. I found the swatch that I did with the grey yarn for the Ingrid sweater. So I'll show you here. So as you can see, the stitches are not really turning up. So that's why I didn't choose it. Yeah, so we found it, and I'm glad that I got to show it. The pattern that I'm actually doing, I will check. It's these pants. Not sure if you can really see it, but it's a high waist pant and it's flared. I actually got a very nice fabric for it. I will show you. I took a bit home because I'm doing some homework where I have to cut little pieces for, I think, just the bands and stuff. I think the bigger pieces I already did in the class, but I'm using this fabric for it, which looks a bit like a Burberry vibe fabric, and looks very luxurious and nice. So I'm really looking forward to have my first sewn project, and I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to achieving that. Actually, another project that I'm also going to do is making a slip dress. And if you saw my vlog, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I actually went to get some fabric for it, which is this one. And yeah, I still have not started it because I'm working on the pants first. But I can show you what it's supposed to look like in the end. It's this dress. And it looks very simple. It should be very simple. They said it was very beginner friendly, so I'm hoping it is. Yeah, so there's actually two sewn projects that I'm also doing. yeah, and I also want to buy some extra tools for sewing the knit. So I want to buy a cutting mat, and I also want to buy a ruler, but not the straight ruler, but the triangle one. I don't know how you call it in English, because that's very useful to use for the seam allowance. Yeah, so that's actually it. If you are still here, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time, of course. I have a new video every Sunday. You can also follow me on Instagram if you want. If you are interested in that, I will put it here, my handle, and also I will link it down below. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I will see you next time, and I hope you will have a very great day. Yeah, so if you liked it, please like the video, and if you want to keep updated about when I post something or want to see more about my journey, you can always subscribe to this channel. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time.